There's a Holley Sniper EFI in my AMC 327. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you guys just a little bit of how much it actually costs to put this system on your car. I know you can find base prices online, but there are some other odds and ends that you guys may want to figure in or factor in depending on the route you want to go. So first things first, I went with just the basic Sniper EFI, the 4150 bolt pattern. I got this with the master kit, so it was a little more expensive. You can get these alone without the master kit being the fueling, and you do save, I think, $250 to $300. So let's break down the pricing. If you were to do the 4150, and obviously these change depending on the throttle body that you want to go with. I'm just using the one that I went with, but you know, some of the add-ons will be a factor regardless of what throttle body you go with. So the 4150 that I went with in the gold finish, that is originally just under $1,000, $999.95 without any fuel options. If you look to add fuel options to that, and that's with the inline fuel, the pre-pump or the pre-filter, the pump, the post-filter, you're going to bump your price up to around $1,260. Now, there are a couple options. If you want to go refurbished, Holley does have good refurbished options. I don't know if you guys recall me saying in an earlier video. This one was actually refurbished. I couldn't really tell that it was used. It just had mounting marks on the throttle body, which are now covered up by washers. So I don't really care. I think I got a good deal on it. If you go refurbished without the fuel system, it is $799 on their site right now. Some of these prices are a little higher or a little lower, depending on the sales they have at the time. If you do go with the fuel system that I went with, you're looking at right at $1,000 refurbished. Again, depends on where you got it. I think I got mine on eBay for a little more than that, but shipping was free. So factor those things in. You can also go with a sump setup, so you can get a drop-in pump to go in your tank. That's not what we did, but if I were to drop my tank and do that, some of these things would not need to be used. So I'll touch base on that when we hit those. But then you're looking at about $1,600. I did not see a refurbished setup for that. So $1,600 with a drop-in pump. Then you don't need a return line, so that is a big thing as well. Other things you might want to consider. The Holley kit comes with a 3/8 inch pipe thread coolant temperature sensor. You can get a 1/4 inch. That's what I did. If we go take a look over here. Kind of hard to see down there, but right here, my head is it's threaded for a 1/4 inch pipe thread. So I did try an adapter, but the adapter didn't allow the probe to get in the flow of the coolant. So I was able to find this one online, and I will put the link in the description for you guys, because I do know other cars that have 1/4 inch. So I'll put that down there so you guys can order that if you need. That was about $20 for that sensor, give or take, depending on where you get it. I think Try Advanced Auto, they always have a coupon online, so you might be able to get it cheapest there. With the setup, since I did the inline fuel pump, I did need a return line. You got to figure for EFI fuel hose it's 3/8 of an inch hose, and you need the EFI, the fuel injection hose. It's about $2 per foot. I ended up buying about, I think, 20 feet, so factor in another 40. With that, I did get the Moroso return line tap kit that just went in my filler neck. That I looked online, that's about $45. So there are other options out there. I just wanted it to fit in there nice, wanted to make sure it would work. You could probably do that for basically free if you're creative enough. So let that be known as well. I spent about $45 there. You can probably do it for under $10 if you tried. I did also add the fuel pressure sensor. It's kind of hard to see because I have my air cleaner on there, but I added a fuel pressure sensor. This is not required, but I added it up under there. You can kind of see it poking out just right there. My reason for adding that is just for troubleshooting reasons. Sometimes these fuel pumps will kick on, but they won't put out the required 60 PSI that the throttle body is expecting. So I just added that. The fuel pressure sensor is $35, and the adapter to put it right up there by the throttle body was another $15. So say $50 just to make your life easier potentially down the line. I needed miscellaneous wires, as you can see here. I put some wires in here. I actually got you can't really see it, but I got an 8 gauge amp wiring kit. and that's run all the way inside. It follows the factory routing back there. I did that because I'm putting a fuse block in the car, which will power my tach. It'll power, various different things that we're going to use here. So I did that just to make things a little easier in the future. You don't have to go that far, but you definitely can. Again, it was only about $20 for everything. So there was that. Fuel pump mounting, I did make a bracket, as you guys saw. That was $30. Again, give or take. Probably could have used scrap for that, but I went out and bought a new piece. So my total was right around $1,419 if you add everything together to get my AMC 327 fuel injected. If you were to go, I should add, I don't have an option for distributor for these Gen 1 AMC V8s, so that's not factored into the price. I have, you can see the coil back there. I do have a Pertronix Igniter 1 in here right now, and I am putting the Igniter 3 in here eventually. I just want to get it running, everything good to go before I made any big changes. So I will be adding that here shortly. That's not worked into the price here, but if I did have a distributor, I would figure that price to go up $250 to $300, depending on the distributor that I want to use. You can probably get some knockoffs for quite a bit cheaper than that. So yeah, my total, about $1,419, give or take. There's some things here and there. But I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of the extra things, like the coolant sensor potentially being different, the return line. If you don't do the sump, you will need a return kit, and you will need the return hose. So those are all extras, unless you have like a C10 or something where the tank is under the cab or near the cab, then the provided hose is probably just fine. I think they provide like 25 feet. So that's just a little update for you guys in regards to how much this would cost to add to your vehicle. I think it's well worth it. I haven't had it on the road yet. When I do, you guys will see it, but just startups alone, it's a lot easier. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys make a decision in the future for the little things that you might have to add in. Thanks for watching.